Welcome back to the channel, guys. Tool reviews of tools I use. So I got asked today, what's the best multi-tool for construction? So I'm going to take you through the ones that I've owned over the years, and they've served me really well. There's an old saying that goes, a knifeless man is a lifeless man, and I've always stood by that as well. I think it's really important for a man to have a pocket knife of some description, and all the other tools just make these an absolute winner if you're handy around the home or the job site or whatever. But let's go over these ones right now. I'll take you through the Leatherman Wave right here. Really good solid multi-tool by Leatherman. I believe it's probably one of the best you can get. It's got a really good strong set of pliers, really nice teeth on them. This is slightly more needle nose than the modern version of the Wave, but it's still the same tool at heart. Really easy access to the pliers. It's got this nice rounded grip, and in its time when it first came out, it was pretty groundbreaking compared to the other ones where you just had a thin plate metal. Really good tool though. One of the best selling features of the Leatherman Wave was always the fact that you can open the blade from the outside without having to open the pliers. So you can see it's got this nice serrated edge, and it's a locking blade, and you've also got this nice clip point blade, also locking. Yeah, great tool, very functional. Can't go wrong with a Leatherman Wave. This one here, it's not labelled in any shape or form, but it is the MP600, the Gerber MP600. You notice that you can't open any blades from the outside. You have to open the pliers first. But one of the good things that Gerber has got is this really nice one-handed action, I'd say, that sets it apart from, say, the Leatherman Wave, where you just squeeze the buttons and you just shake it. It usually just goes down in one, but some of these are more worn in than others. But yeah, and then you've got instant access to your pliers. You can see where the downside comes is that if I want to use the knife, I've now got to open it up, and then I've got to close the pliers, which is just, it's a little bit kind of cumbersome and awkward and everything, but it's not the end of the world. It's still a very usable tool. You're probably, if you're using this, you're not going to be necessarily switching quickly between all the different tools. But if you are, it's something to bear in mind. So again, got to open it up. This one, the locking mechanism, instead of being a liner lock, you just slide that button down, fold it, and away you go. So that's a Gerber MP600. This one here is the Leatherman Rev. This is a real favourite of mine, and one of the reasons why it's a favourite of mine is, even though it's super cheap, which is good in its own right, it's also very lightweight and reasonably thin, but it still has that feel of a large folding multi-plier tool. So you open it up, you've got a good solid set of pliers, reasonable size. I don't feel like I'm losing too much by using these, but you've also got the blade access without having to open the pliers up. So yeah, you can see it there. That's again makes it a winner, just like the Wave. It's really nice to be able to just open it up without having to mess around with the other tools and options. Again, it's a locking knife, but yeah, pocket clip, great. It's this is probably one of my most used ones, and it's also one of the cheapest ones, and that's when you know you're getting good value for money. So this is the SOG Power Plier. This is my oldest multi-tool that I own. I bought this probably 20 years ago, I reckon, I guess. So fantastic tool, super strong for the pliers. So you open it up and you see that gear mechanism. It feels like it just kind of multiplies the squeeze of the pliers. They feel really strong in your hands. And that's that bit I was talking about. This is how they used to make the original Leathermans, where it's just got this skinny bit of metal on the outside. And all these multi-tools, and they're just not as comfortable as, for example, the Wave, where it's rounded over on the handles, and the Gerber, where the tools are on the inside. But it's still a very usable, powerful plier. It's large and good, strong bit of kit. One of the bonuses that's worth mentioning for this, for guys in the UK, is that the blade is 3" or just under 3". But most importantly, it's also non-locking, so you're actually allowed to carry that. So yeah, great tool. I'm embarrassed to even mention that as a tool man, but yeah, it's worth mentioning. Check your local laws, as they say, and don't be carrying it anywhere silly. But hey, Gerber. So it says T3 on it, but this is the Gerber Compact Sport. The T3 is actually in relation to the Terminator 3 film. That's how old this one is of mine. I got a really good deal on it because just once they were done advertising the film, these were sold nice and cheap. So really good deal. Same with the other Gerber. Just press the switches, drop it down. You see it's a lot more worn in than the other one. This has got a really nice sort of fine set of pliers. They feel really sort of compact and skinny. Again, it's really nice and lightweight. So this has had a lot of use just because of that. And it's got a really nice blade on it with a little sort of part serrated edge and sharp point. And you just got the same locking mechanism. Really nice in use. Just squeeze the buttons down, and then still, even though it's been around for quite a few years, this design, it's still got that kind of modern feel and modern look to it, in my opinion. Yeah, great tool. This one here, last but not least, is the Leatherman Super Tool 300. This is my most recent purchase, and it's an absolute beast. It's heavy, it's weighty. You could probably drive a nail in with it. It's that strong and chunky. Same again, you've got all the blades on the inside, but what you are getting is an enormous set of pliers. Still a little bit stiff at the moment, but a huge set of pliers. It's actually, because of the size of it, it's really comfortable in the hands. I think the addition of the snips, the replaceable blades on the snips, is a really good thing. And I wish they would do that with more of these multi-tools, to be able to actually replace the blades and things, but actually just go to a shop and buy them and do it yourself would just be such a good addition to these things. But hey, if anyone knows of any like that, then let me know, but I haven't come across it. Sorry, my camera's moved a little bit. Yeah, so we yeah, I think this is an absolute winner. One of the most notable features of this is, let me try and get it out, is it's got this bit holder, which I know I said I wasn't going to mention the tools, but this kind of sets it apart quite a lot from the other ones. A very usable bit holder. So it already comes loaded with a crosshead, with a Phillips. And you see these ones that just slot straight in there and just pull out. So you've got access to all of these bits. You've got Torx, you've got Phillips, you've got flatheads, you've got what look like Allen keys. But this is great as well. It comes with a bit holder. And it has a pouch. I've left the pouch out of it for the purpose of this video. But this is what really sets it apart. This bit holder that you can use. I try and stay away from the smaller bits because they just get jammed in, and you tend to need a set of pliers to actually get the bit out, which I think you can see the problem with that. So I tend to use these longer bits. But yeah, check this out. Really nice strong magnet, and then you've got access to a whole range of tools in your pocket. So if you're not using it a massive amount, you're not switching between tools or anything like that, and you just want to have some options in your backpack or your pocket, your work trousers, your tool belt, then I think personally this is absolutely brilliant. So bit holder. I'm going to go over the weight of all of these for you. This locking mechanism is, by the way, is just pressing down the switch there and squeezing. But yeah, let's go over the weight of these just quickly for you, nice and quick. So Leatherman Wave comes in. Let's get that. Let's get it zeroed. Come on, there we go. So Leatherman Wave comes in at 224 grams. The Gerber MP600 comes in at 230 grams. The Leatherman Rev comes in at 167 grams, nice and lightweight. The SOG, the SOG Power Plier, comes in at 236. The Gerber Compact Sport, 172 grams. And the Leatherman Super Tool 300 comes in at 270 grams. So in conclusion, guys, to answer the question, what is the best multi-tool for construction? I've got a few schools of thought. You've got the tools. What do you actually need to use it for? How much are you actually going to use it? If you need a lot of leverage and you need a lot of options for tools, go for something like the Leatherman Super Tool 300. If you need something that's lightweight, something that's going to fit in your pocket, you're going to use it every now and again, and it's maybe for smaller items of work, go with the Leatherman Rev or something similar like the Compact. The best tool that you can have, that you can use, is the tool that you've got in your pocket at that time. It makes no difference having the best tools in the world and you're not carrying it because it's too bulky. So yeah, the best tool. Think about those options that we were talking about just earlier. Think about the lightweight, the access to the blades, the leverage aspect, whether you can fit additional tools on it. Make your own mind up. Let me know in the comments what you decide. I'll be interested to hear your views on the video and on the options that I've presented here to you. Like and subscribe if you like what you see, guys, and I'll see you next time.